naked body. If you're coming back from the live show, you know what I'm talking about. Roll the intro.
When the kids are counting sheep, when the kids go to sleep, dreams and memories, when the kids go to sleep.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast. Shay and Colette here from the mountains of Idaho. It's episode 146 of When the Kids Go to Sleep. Who thought of that name, by the way? Me.
You.
I have all the good ideas. Moving right
I have
along.
all the good ideas. I don't know if it's a great idea because I can never say it.
I don't know.
WTKGTS.
Why did I think
Did I say it right?
WTKGTS. It's easy to say.
TK,
And
it's the TK.
It's a lot
WTKGTS.
like anyways, we've talked about this before.
TK.
Hi. Here we are again.
Hello.
At the desk of woodenness. This desk
Yes.
was built by Danny Keller and Tim Deegan.
Yep.
And we are here on episode 146 right here in the studios of Flyness. We have currently been experiencing a fly/stink bug infestation here in the studio because of the fall weather. We presume
we've been zapping them, and we feel bad. We're not sure if it's morally incorrect to kill bugs.
we have a 3-line defense system that we have incorporated. We have some sprays, some good old-fashioned original sprays that we're putting up a perimeter, a barrier of defense around the outside.
Are you selling pest control right now?
Oh yeah, we're running a group rate, ma'am. We got all our trucks out
Do you
in
know
the
how many
neighborhood.
times I've heard that spiel?
And it's just like it saves us money, because all our trucks are already out here and we're already
right.
servicing all your neighbors. We can just take care of you right now.
And so that means it's cheaper, right?
Yeah, I mean, the
Okay,
great
good.
thing is we're going to get 50% off that first treatment. Second line of defense, we have the classic bug zapper. When all the lights are down, there's a fluorescent light here that draws the bugs into an electromagnetic field where we take their lives. And then third, and the funnest line of defense that we have, is a salt bug gun shooter that if you were lucky enough to check out our live show, listen, you're getting a little too loosey-goosey with the belly button.
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, and I think you know what we're talking about.
They don't know.
Me and Colette were having sex talk this morning, kind of,
or-
and Gavin was in the room.
You're gonna tell them? Don't tell them what you said to me.
We said morning prayers. We always have morning prayers when the kids go to school. And then usually the kids all run off to the bus stop and so on and so forth.
Or just run out to get their backpack.
Or yeah, they're like going to get their backpack or breakfast or whatever. They're like, kiss dad, good morning hugs, like they go. And then Colette hugs me sometimes in the mornings and we hug and giggle and talk and stuff. And Colette started saying some inappropriate things.
He started saying inappropriate things
and all of a sudden
first.
we look up and Gavin's sitting there at the foot of our bed on his iPod and we're like, oh, hey.
So traumatizing.
Oh, and he
for
goes,
young ears.
what are you guys talking about? And I said, Gavin, sometimes I like to see your mom's boobs.
Because you said something about
I said
boobs.
something about your...
Anyways, he started it. I didn't. Just so you know.
But I think it's good to
How
have
did
an
you get on
open...
that talk?
I don't know. We're killing flies. We're looking at boobs and embarrassing moments. That's all I would do on the podcast.
Oh, I was tickling you. That's how you said that.
Belly button time. That's not a thing. Oh, jeez. My belly button is the only place on my body that's ticklish. Do not. It pisses me off. In fact, I don't want to take this part of the podcast because
You don't want people to know, huh?
Yeah, and she oh my God.
Do you want to cut it? Maybe we should cut before you say
It's
belly
ticklish.
button.
Why? Then is the only place on my body sponsored by belly button.
Because now they all know your ticklish spot.
That's why. Because then, never mind.
Now you're most vulnerable.
I know. I'm never gonna go to a meet and greet ever again.
That would be really awkward if anybody tried to.
Yeah, I would, and I
would be so
I would
mad.
smack their hand and their face, and I'd have one of those fly shooters, and I'd shoot them in the eye with salt. I'm gonna do that to you next time you try to touch my belly button.
Wait, do you really want to cut that part out?
Should we? Is that weird? I don't know. Should we cut it out? Danny's pro belly button. And think about the belly button. What a weird thing to still have. Where the cord.
Belly button.
Where the cord. It's a reminiscent reminder of a previous placenta past. That was a good thing I said.
That was a good alliteration.
What did I just say?
A reminiscent reminder of a
Previous placenta past. Say it again. A reminiscent
reminder.
The belly button. Tweet this, please. Tweet this. The belly button. Wait, hold on. I want to get it.
You said buttoned.
I know. I messed it up. I want you to tweet this. The belly button is a reminiscent reminder of a previous placenta'd past. Is that what I said? Why couldn't I say it again after it rolled off my tongue so fluidly the first time?
I don't know.
Tweet that,
but
please.
I helped.
Okay, so let's try to get back onto a straight line of conversation.
We don't know how to do that here at the podcast.
Topics, Danny, stop it. Danny. Danny just tickled his belly button, then smelled his finger. And that did not help any of us here at the podcast. Okay, topics for today. Blood moon, water on Mars, wildfires.
Wait, you're just going to rattle off all the topics? What if we don't get to them all? Let's just
Apple
stop.
Watch.
Let's start with the first one.
All right, let's talk about belly buttons some more. I'm just saying, that's what we're going to talk about.
So awkward.
I'm giving you a list of things we're going to talk about, and now we're going to go back and talk about each issue.
But what if we don't get to each issue? Sometimes we only get to one.
Then they'll be all mad that they didn't get to the iPhone 6S. Yeah, well,
there's one other question on there, too, that people were actually asking about.
What's the question? Okay, Emmy's baptism. Let's talk about that.
Emmy's baptism.
Emmy got baptized.
Emmy's baptism.
We didn't poorly.
Vlog at all.
Man, we didn't even get a picture.
I got a picture.
Of me and her standing there
Not
together.
Not you and her.
I baptized my daughter, Emmy, this last week. When was it? Was that 2 weeks ago now?
2 weeks.
Dude, our lives are too...
Yep. Well, it was really, I felt bad because we were trying to get it scheduled for a while now, but we've been he's traveling, I'm traveling. And then we went to the Streamies and it was like, that was the week. I was like, everybody's available on the 19th. We have to do it that day. So we really kind of threw it together and it came together really well.
It was great.
It did. It came together really well. The only thing I regret is I didn't get out my camera and do those things.
Which...
Because I was like,
so funny that wouldn't be so intuitive for us, right? Like neither of us took a picture or vlogged any of Emmy's baptism.
I think sometimes like we want to enjoy that moment for us, but then later it's like, wait, we do want a picture. Why didn't we take a picture?
But that is so true because to us, I think the cameras sometimes signify work and they also, I think, signify like a little bit of less privacy.
Right.
So I think in those moments that matter to us, sometimes we don't want to have the cameras.
I mean, not that we don't show you moments that matter, but like that sacred moment, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know the reason. Like, it's just stunning to me that we didn't get any vlog footage.
We're a little bit annoyed at ourselves.
We're mad at ourselves. You're probably mad at, and we're like, I don't know. And so I'm like trying to like be my own self advocate or self psychiatrist and be like, why mentally? Maybe what is the reason?
What was going through my head?
That you didn't get a picture.
Or what wasn't going through my head?
Lay on the couch and talk to me about what you think. Sure. How is your work life interfering with your personal life in ways that may affect your future? Let's talk about that. Anyways, the blood moon.
So we didn't get it. We didn't get, but it was a great baptism.
Good. Emmy was so cute. She had these little braids and
she sang with her classmates, her church class that are all 7 years old, turning 8. She sang a song with them.
They sang that song that the kids sing. What song was that?
I like to look for rainbows whenever there is rain. When did the kids sing that?
The three of them sang that, didn't they? They sang it. They sang that. Oh, at the devotional with David Archuleta.
They sang that song?
Yes.
For some reason, I didn't think it was that song.
I want my life to be as clean as earth right after rain. Anyways, Emmy got baptized. It was great. Grandma and Grandpa, everybody was there. Carly and Jackson and Casey and Logan and the whole crew. Grandma and Grandpa Joe, your parents. It was awesome. Zeke's out there barking at the cows. I can hear him. I wish those cows would like get after him because they just stand there.
I wish that he would bark and get at the flies instead.
Zeke's not going to attack the flies, Colette.
Well, I'm just trying to make a better line of defense against the flies. Like
fourth line of defense.
An order of, what do you call it? Order of
bulwark.
The eating order? The food chain. New food chain. Dogs eat flies. Then
Danny,
they don't have to
yell at him.
Kill them.
He's loud. All right, so last night was the blood moon.
The blood moon.
Which was
Shay got
awesome.
a really good picture of it through the telescope.
Casey has this really nice hunting scope, Wtkgts optics. It's like you can see an elk from 1,000 yards away with this thing. So he put it right on the moon, and if you looked up to it, you could see the moon so clear. Like you could see the lines and like all like the deviations and stuff in the moon with this like really high-powered spotting scope. So I had my iPhone, and I'm just like, and it's like even a millimeter of moving and it goes out of frame. And so
Yeah.
I'm just like, and even if I like go to touch the camera to like take the picture, it moves just enough where it moves out of the scope, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I sat there for like, I was so annoyed because when it would like
But once you start,
flash
you
into
can't
my
stop.
frame, it would look so cool. I'd be like, I just got to get that. So I guarantee you I am not the only one. And be honest
That
with
tried
me.
to do that?
If you're watching right now, pull your phone up and tell me how many, pardon my language, SHITTY pictures of the blood moon do you have on your phone that you have to go and delete? Because you're just like, and you look through and you're like, none of these are good. All of these suck. So how many? That's my question to you. But I did get one that I posted on Instagram, like where like I just lucked out as I was crossing and I like clicked it and it's like so cool.
I want to look again.
But if you didn't
Yeah,
know,
that is a cool pic.
it only happens every like how often? 30 years, the blood moon?
Something like
It's
that.
coming again in 2030
It's when
something.
it's different than a lunar eclipse, right? Because everything aligns.
Let
The
me see your
sun,
phone.
the earth, and the moon all align perfectly.
So here's what it's like.
And then I guess the reflection.
This is the earth. That's the sun. This is the
So
moon.
it's like the shadow.
They all line up
The
exactly.
shadow of the earth is covering the moon.
The moon, yeah.
So
But-
the sun is still.
But the sun is shooting and it's hitting the earth, and the reflection on the earth is hitting the moon and turning it red.
So we were. Wait. So
So we were on the earth looking at the moon, but the sun was like, and it was tilted like this too. So like the moon was up like this, the earth was like this, and then the sun is down because it had set and it was shining up at the earth and hitting the moon. That make sense?
yep.
Yeah, it was cool. We just hung out. It was like a parade. We were just sitting out there. We were watching it. The kids were running around, jumping around. End of the world. A lot of people were talking about that.
That's when the end of the world was supposed to be.
Well, yeah, there was some lady that, I mean, there's always prophecies like, this is it, this is the end. But we were talking about it last night. We're like, what if it happened? What if we're sitting here? It was like 10 o'clock at night, and all of a sudden it was like noonday. White.
That'd be cool.
Would it be the great and dreadful day is finally here? I would, because
Or a glorious. day.
frankly, I'm bored. I want to move on to the
Frankly,
next step.
I'm bored.
Where's
Let's
Jesus?
end the world.
Let's get this Armageddon thing going.
Shay Carl.
Um,
We need to buy a few more cans of food before we do that.
Water on Mars. That's so cool. I think, listen, you know
So
we're religious.
jumping into the next topic.
You know we're Mormons.
Now we're going to talk about Mars.
You know we believe in Jesus, but I love science. And I hate that people are like, well, if
It's
you're
all
religious,
connected.
why do you hate science? Like, I don't. I love science. Science is awesome.
Yeah, it's all connected.
I agree. I definitely
It's
agree.
all connected.
But there was a news press conference, NASA today officially announcing that there is indeed like water on Mars. They're seeing these veins. What are they calling them? ARIs or ATIs, ALIs? They have this
They had an
acronym.
acronym for it.
But it's like
something
these
linear
veins
things.
of water that they're seeing in the Mars
And they see
surface.
seasons, like it comes
Right.
seasonally.
Because there's seasons, there's summers and winters in Mars, and they're seeing these water veins is what it look like coming up to the surface, and they're finding in these like cliffs these like salty pockets of moisture. And the problem is with what they're calling planetary protection is that when we send up our Mars rovers onto Mars and land on their planet, we are there to find life, right? We're there to find Martians. We're there to find not artificial intelligence, but something other than us, right?
Other living
The
organisms.
problem is that when we send our Earth devices, our Earth bugs, microbes, these little life forms are on the rovers and they go to Mars. So they try to kill all the bugs with ultraviolet light on these, before the rover goes into space, they try to kill every living possible thing that could be on this so it's sterile. So that when it gets to Mars, it doesn't have our
influence.
stuff on it,
Yeah.
right? Our microbes. Because what they're afraid of is if we land our Mars rover there, that our microbes start to, get into some of that salty water there. And all of a sudden what we have found on Mars is not other life forms, but we're just finding us, right? We're finding
Right.
stuff that we brought from Earth to Mars, and all of a sudden it's starting to live there. And it's like, well, we didn't find anything new. We just started a petri dish up there, and
Yeah.
now it's our microbes are in the Mars water. And what if those microbes in turn eat all of the other life forms that are on Mars? And then it's good job, humans. You killed all the life form on Mars because you sent your dirty spaceship up there that killed all the life forms.
That would suck.
That's an issue, right?
Yeah.
So I think future presidential debates will be about planetary protection. I say, who cares? Like, send our dirty ships up there. Like, we're all meshing anyways. Like, that's the future. Like, that's progression. I guess sometimes there's an argument to leave things as they are, but like, we're all evolving. We're all changing. We're all
but it's just
meshing together.
I think what they're trying to, I don't think that we should not go there, but I think they're trying everything they can to prevent that from happening. And that's what's important. It's just like littering. Like,
yeah, it's true.
We're not just going to like throw crap up there. Like, we're doing everything we can to keep it as clean as possible, but we're still going to explore it because that's amazing.
I agree. It's I mean, you're right. I mean,
that's what I think.
It's a worthwhile thing to try to protect it, but
I don't think protecting in the name, like not going there to explore would be protecting it.
Well, that's my question then. So what if we couldn't? Because to me, it's a little naive to be like, well, if you're worried about that happening, it's gonna happen, because what they're saying is they're landing in places on Mars that are farthest away from where they think life could exist, right? So they've looked at Mars and they're like, well, we think there's water here. We're seeing these striations in the Earth. There's definitely probably water there. And they came in and announced today that there is water. So where they land is far away from those places. So that if there are microbes on our ships, they're less likely to interact with the water and potential life on Mars. But to me, it's like the Jurassic World scenario. It's like, well, we're going to be careful and build fences. It's like, well, that hasn't worked. So that's my question is like, if we're afraid of that happening, it's already happened. So why not, let's just go see what's under those striations, right? And not worry about it, because I guess they haven't had proof that it's happened yet, but to me, it's like, it's going to happen if it's going to happen. If you're worried about that and there's already, I mean, the dude at NASA said today, is there life on Mars? Yes, I know there's life on Mars because we sent it there. He said that. So it's like, how do you stop it now? You know, like if it's already there.
So he said there's life because the microbes are there?
Yeah. I mean, they can't, I mean, he says these microbes are so like
germs?
Strong. Yeah, germs. Like, you know, these things that get in our bodies, like they try to kill them, but they can't. They can't kill everything. They're so durable. I mean, they just live. That's why, like, you know, AIDS, like all these things are like living viruses and stuff that we're trying to kill, but they're so resilient that you can't kill them. That's like life. Like you just can't hold it back. So if you're going to be like on Mars, be like, we think we can hold these microbes back. It's like, you can't just park out far in the parking lot and be like, well, it won't get over there. It's going to get there, you know? So why not? Let's go.
Well, if you're sending people there, then there's life.
Right. Yeah. So anyways, it's an interesting discussion and one that's going to get more relevant as, you know, time progresses and as technology advances. And as we go there, 2020, they're sending a ship. Mm-hmm. So exciting times. Who knows? Maybe you will buy Nikes on Mars one day. The Jordan 2968s.
Maybe when you make president, you can go to Mars.
When I'm president of Mars and Kanye West is the head of the NBA, I don't know what's going to be. Danny has a question.
They have Jordans that are called Mars.
Oh, they do. They're going to be, they'll sell those on.
They'll sell Mars Jordans.
What was that character? That little dude who was on Mars?
Marvin the
Martian. Yeah. I like those. Who was he? Who was up there with? Who was the dude?
I don't know.
Is it a dog? Oh, it's Bugs Bunny.
Is it?
It's Bugs Bunny and Marvin the Martian. Like Bugs Bunny was the astronaut on Mars,
I don't
and Marvin the
remember that
Martian.
one.
Come on.
I remember the character, but I don't remember the cartoon.
So, question. Say we figure the Mars thing out. We're going to be building some because here's the cool thing about Mars. What do plants give off? Carbon dioxide?
They give oxygen. We got carbon dioxide.
So there's a lot
Oxygen.
of nitrous. Oh my, this is where the,
I'm like,
this is where I lose the intelligence.
I think I'm lost.
Basically, all the stuff that plants breathe off of, they have a lot of there.
Right.
So we can turn that into oxygen. Like they can reverse it. So that's one of the things that the NASA
chlorophyll.
guy. No, that's inside.
Chloroform. Wait, chlorophyll?
Chloroform. That's chloroform.
Oh, chlorophyll
This is
the poison, huh?
chlorophyll. This is chloroform. Chlorophyll. Chloroform. It's a good way to remember it.
I don't know. Don't ask me about Mars anymore.
It's the chlorophyll.
I just think it's cool.
I don't either. I don't know. It's fun to learn about it. And it's like, I don't like, snooty people that are too smart. For us, people who want to try to learn stuff, I just think sometimes
don't
I'm
like snooty
I'm not an
people?
educated person, right? I did not have a degree. I went to college to find my wife. And look, I found her. I got my degree. But to me, education is important, and science is even more important. Like just discovering new things is the most important. And that's what Mars represents, just like new opportunities. So my question was, say we do figure out the Mars thing, we have greenhouses. We have greenhouses. We are growing plants and stuff, and you can live on Mars. How many people go there? Who are the first people that get to go there? And will they ever come back? Because some people, I think, in the next 20 years, will leave this Earth never to return, to only live on the red planet.
You think in the next
guaranteed.
20 years?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, with exponential growth, I mean, I think all of their time frames are going to be sped up faster than they think. Even maybe they're taking that into consideration, but I think there's magic in technology. And I think there's things that will happen that will be like, whoa, we were not expecting that to happen. And look what that did. And now that did that, that means that we can do this. We can do this now? Like that's it. That's what's going to happen.
Right. That's exciting.
So then it's like, the first people go to Mars, it's going to be astronauts. It'll be NASA astronauts, probably world astronauts, whoever. Because one thing I liked about the NASA live stream is that he kept giving shout outs to people that were building stuff on the rockets, like their sonar system. He's like, some people in Norway built that. Some people in Canada built this. So it was like the world, us as a species, is coming together to build our best tools to be like, what's up, Mars? Let's see what you got. And I think it will, like very soon, like it'll be a destination on Virgin America. You hear me, Richard Branson? I want first class tickets to Mars.
I don't think I want to go yet.
Well,
I want to wait for the next generation before we figure out.
We still
if
got to go
everybody
to
dies up there.
Europe. We haven't even been to Europe yet.
I know. I've only been to Canada. That's the only place out of the U.S. that I've been. Working on it.
You've been in my dreams all the time, so.
Good. That's my ultimate destination.
All right, thanks for joining us on episode 146 of When the Kids Go to Sleep.
Sponsored by Belly Button Time.
Sponsored by...
Belly Button Time.
Put that away. Blake has a smirk on his face. Download it on iTunes, please. Please. Look at my earnest begging of the downloading on the iTunes.
Please. My belly button begs you.
We'll stay up, just you and I, and we'll talk about our pretty life when the kids go to sleep.